Hi, everybody.
Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
me, Banshee. Still wearing the green, but you know, tomorrow starts the fire. Aries season! So you'll be seeing me in red for a while.
Hi, Andrew.
At least at the beginning. Oh, hello, Andrew. All right, we'll get
Thank you for
on
your
the
question.
list. Sorry, it's my birthday season, and I will be celebrating every single day.
You know it.
Because I'm at the tail end of Aries season, so I celebrate the whole season long.
Well, good evening or good day to all, and welcome to our live stream. We take requests in order that we see them in our chat room,
And I'm going to post the list in just a second.
and then we're
But
going to get
Diamond Girl
started.
has come, so I got to update the list again. This is why I wait a little bit in the beginning, because people do come in, and I want to get as many as possible.
Thank you for asking. Yep, not bad. Not bad at all.
All right, we're doing fine. It's been a busy week, though. I've been
Oh, yeah.
not on social media as much. All sorts of things going on, appointments. We both had doctor's appointments. Our routine physicals. You've had physical therapy.
Right.
I'm going to be set up for more stuff now. I'm actually.
But we still had time to record 2 special shows in addition to the normal one on
Right.
Fridays.
Right. So we also had this, right, because we have the monthly modality message coming out tomorrow, and my Syncing with the Seasons video, which is a very short reading for how to sync with the energy of the season.
And later on, we'll talk
Spring.
more about that. Hi, Diamond Girl and Nancy.
Oh, Nancy came after. Hey, Nancy, good to see you
And
back.
Diamond Girl.
All right.
Make sure you get the order correct.
I do have
Alrighty.
it correct. All right, I'm going to get going. Now, we always start with a card for the collective, which is an oracle reading read from the oracle book and then enhanced with our comments. And this is the season of the witch equinox. Ostara deck. Mr. O, would you do the honors for
I
spring
certainly will.
equinox? Pull us a card.
Oh, that
Got
one.
one. All right, let's take a look. Oh, that's interesting. It's aquamarine, the stone aquamarine. Allow the crystalline waters to illuminate the sorrows that need the salve of your presence. What number is that? I'm sorry.
2.
Oh, that's right. You know what? They have them in numerical sequence, at least, in alphabetical order, too. All right, so basically the keywords are emotional cleansing, releasing harmful patterns, and overcoming self-criticism. Aquamarines are one of the most emotionally soothing crystals to work with. Yes, I can't argue with that. Their cool blue hue is reminiscent of lingering ice over an early spring lake, instantly transporting you to a place of harmony and tranquility. To find yourself holding this card is no mistake. Your higher self has drawn this calming energy as a sign to find serenity, stillness, and space. And boy, we really do need that right now. You may have been operating from a place of anxiety or even spiritual and emotional survival when you receive this card. You might feel as though the goalpost is always moving, or that every obstacle may be the straw that breaks your back. Perhaps you have done this for so long you aren't even sure you can remember what it's like to have peace. Your soul's call for help has been heard, and this card appears to remind you that you do not have to continue along this path. There's a healing sanctuary waiting for you in the depths of your emotional waters. The ways to heal your battered soul is to be aware of your ability to confront your feelings, especially as it relates to your questions. Examine the source of your emotions to see if there is any validity to them, or whether this is a trigger that is illuminating a much deeper wound that needs healing. Overcoming your harmful patterns will naturally lead to a positive resolution for your question, as well as in other areas of your life, and may even help any others involved in your situation to also find a pathway to peace. Well, I don't know. It really, truly does kind of describe what's going on around us today, what's going on in the world today. There's just a lot of people very stressed, a lot of tension. Obviously, wars going on. It's causing a lot of, stress on, the populations of people who are the innocents in this, just like if we would be if war came to our shores. So there's just a lot of stress and tension right now, and we need to kind of decompress. All the social media back and forth and arguing with one another, all of this stuff, arguments in the workplace, whatever, they're leading to a lot of tension. And I know that's not the main thing about this card, but it is. We do need emotional cleansing. We need to release some of the harmful patterns that are feeding into maybe some of the stress and tensions that are going on. And we need to not blame ourselves for stuff. Accept the responsibility of things that you might have been involved with that you might now regret. But the bottom line is, don't blame yourself. Accept it, learn the lessons from it, and be kind to yourself. We all make mistakes.
And of course, it's always good to bear in mind that Mercury is still retrograde, so misunderstandings can still occur that may drive some of that emotional, fever. And I see Rowan has joined us as well as CJ.
CJ came
Hey guys.
first. Hello, CJ. And hello, Rowan. I'll get you on the list. Pretty sure I got that right.
So, yeah.
All right, we're filling up fast, so we're going to get the show on the road. Do you have anything else?
Well, I added a little there, but I do think that just the quality of the mermaid symbolically is sort of a relaxing kind of idea, unless we're talking about those ones that would be a siren and lure sailors to their deaths, but we're not talking about that.
The mermaid tranquilly.
Of course, for some, that could be the ultimate peace.
Tranquilly sitting on the rock, flapping her fins up and down and, relaxing.
Chill, everyone.
That's the mermaid energy we want. All right, everybody, good luck with that. And we're going to move on to our readings for everyone. Okay. I've been writing down questions as I could. Some of the people who've come later, I may not have your questions right away. I may catch up as I can. But if not, we'll have to go back and take a look for them.
And I'm totally useless at helping her, so...
He's totally useless at helping me. But he does so much otherwise. Oh, wait a minute. I know I spelled Rowen's. Boy, this autocorrect is going to make a person insane. All right.
And just going to remind everybody that Happy Hour is back. We weren't around last week. But we are back at our normal 10 o'clock hour.
We had to do our taxes. We had to get our taxes done with a tax preparer.
And we had a happy hour because of that. We had our own happy hour.
Well, you had to work as well.
I know, but I'm just saying that when we went to do our taxes, it was a happy hour for us.
We did. It was really, very problem-free. We're really happy with the results, and so...
Thank you, country.
Especially since I'm going to have all these medical bills coming up. No, the doctor is looking into stuff. There's nothing going on, at least that we can tell right now. However, I've had some arthritic problems in my back. I also have had, with my cancer, even though it's controlled right now and it's a blood cancer, they have to make sure there's no other cancers popping up because, of course, that can happen. And he realized that my other doctor hasn't been doing scans for me, and he just thinks it's time to look at more of the body and see if everything is truly okay. And I'm all for it.
And I got a referral too that I have to follow up on, and also an awareness of one of my lab tests that there's something I need to work on. So I'll be back in his office in 6 months, just like you will.
And I'm going to physical therapy now. He's getting out of he graduated.
Yeah, I got out of my physical therapy.
Bravo to him. I'll be going to physical therapy, and I got to get a mammogram. I got to get a bone density scan because I'm old.
But enough about us. How about more about us? No.
That's the skinny. And so we've been very busy and preoccupied. So for those of you who follow me on social media, the pages I run for TFT, sorry if I haven't been around a lot, but I've been very busy. All right, and it looks like it's going to continue for a bit. Did I forget my dentist appointment this week too? And I got to go back next week. Anyway.
All right, so do we have a question?
Yes, we do.
All
and that
right.
is for Country Love, and let me put it out there. I've got it. There you go.
Thank you.
So, some drama going on. So, what is this obsession is basically it, I think, right? What's the underlying reasons behind this?
Is that your reading? No.
Um,
It could be, but it doesn't have to be.
It
of
could
course.
be, but I think let's throw 3 cards on this one.
Alrighty.
yeah. I mean, just the 3 to read, with the targeted positions.
You're welcome, Shirley. Of course.
Oh, you know how much we love doing this? We love doing this.
All right, here's our cards. Card 1 is the High Priestess, and she is upright. Card 2 is the 7 of Cups, which is upright.
Huh.
Well, it almost looks like maybe there's an idea there. And then card 4 is, or 3 is the Emperor, and they're all upright.
That's kind of odd.
How so?
Well, I mean, this person's just not leaving you alone. She seems antagonistic. And we have these semi-positive cards here, so I'm trying to figure it out. Here you go. Maybe she feels her intentions are righteous, She's looking after her own self in a kind of, that's the Emperor, okay.
The Emperor and the High Priestess.
Yeah, the Emperor and the High Priestess. Well, it almost seems like there's some kind of, she handles things in a very direct and authoritative way as the Emperor, but I really feel she feels she's not wrong in doing this. I'm starting with that Emperor card because I almost feel here you are the High Priestess in this. And the reason I'm saying that is I sense here that they may be doing this to you because they feel you're very sensitive and maybe somebody that they can take advantage of in that way. The 7 of Cups here is troubling me for a moment. You think you have an idea, so I'm going to let you go with that. But I almost feel this interplay going on here of, more kind of, I don't want to say bullying power, but kind of pushy power because it's upright, with, this more sensitive energy.
Well, that 7 of Cups kind of pulls me because
Okay.
my feeling is that this is something she chooses to do, but she chooses to do it because she thinks there's some other thing there that she will come across. So it's sort of like it's a fishing expedition in a way, like she's hoping to find out something or she's hoping to gain a point somewhere, but even she
Like
doesn't
brownie points or
exactly know what it
something?
is.
Brownie points or something by
Maybe.
doing this, by bringing you down, making herself look better, maybe. That could be, but I really like what he said there. I would not have, gosh, and I should have went there, but I would not have gone there. And I really think here she has other things she could be doing with her life, other goals and everything that, like, she's putting on hold to do this for in a way, or she's not considering. She's just considering this. And I'm not sure I understand it, but I look here as if when I see the letters and the fish, if this isn't about some sort of jealousy or money situation going on here, this may be just the fact that the letter and the fish is saying, apparently, there's going to be more of this to come.
Yeah, I almost wonder if long term there's some sort of gain or a perceived gain to her, like she feels like stirring this up because maybe she somehow gained something. The letter could imply legal documents, the fish stand for abundance. So it may not necessarily be, an actual financial gain, but maybe there's some reason why she's doing this. And I almost feel like, of course, that high priestess is probably you here,
Feel
but
that.
it sort of serves in my mind as a warning that she's trying to get at your secrets, maybe, or something about you.
Oh,
That's what I sort of
I
feel
like
with the
that
Seven of
too.
Cups. And so you need to just, make sure she can't find out more about her that you don't want her to know or that she already knows. Um, I don't think she's a major threat, but I think she is a shit
She's a
stirrer.
formidable person.
Yeah.
And you said down there that she's trying to control everything, and you're the only one who speaks out against it because you feel, that controlling energy, being with this high priestess energy.
Well, didn't I know Kara would show up because this guy
Hey,
did.
Kara, good to see ya. I was explaining to everybody, Kara, if you're seeing less of me on social media, we've been so busy with appointments and stuff. It's hard to keep up with everything, and it's going to continue for a while. I'm getting a few more medical tests, nothing to worry about, but I
Oh.
think I need to get them done, so we're going to do them.
Kara's getting that
Don't pull
undead
that
oracle.
hair. The hair, see? It's flying off already.
It's
Just
not making you
pat,
stay away, though.
pat. Hey.
Kara's
So-
getting the undead oracle.
Oh, that's cool, Kara. Absolutely, I have
All right,
it here.
so
I moved the other one away briefly, but I have that one here. And I didn't mention this. If anybody wants an oracle read, I have the Oracle of Portals here, and you can have that option on Sunday too to get a reading from that to see what the spring season is going to be like for you, what portal you will be entering in the spring season.
well, maybe Country Love, Sunny is giving a little bit of good luck vibes to your reading. I think that ultimately, if we want to finish this here for you, the Emperor is maybe where I see her being a formidable threat because she may have
Oh,
some sense of power, or maybe she has some sense of somebody's ear, people that do listen to her. So that's partially, I think, why she is formidable. But I would watch out for her for sure. I don't know if we cleared up exactly why, but there's something she's trying to find out.
there's something fishy, and she just seems to keep doing it. Well, but of course, if you are calling her out on this, she's going to keep, no doubt, reacting to that too. So it just sounds like you are two formidable forces here in your own ways. You on a more spiritual plateau, and she's on a more, kind of controlling
Control.
plateau here. So it is interesting, and I don't see it ending like right now, unless there's some way you can just not, how should I say this, feed the troll. Maybe. That's what I see. I see it continuing now for
Hi,
a bit
Alicia.
of time. Hey, Alicia, good to see you.
Hope you're still enjoying your birthday month festivities.
Mine is about to begin. Woohoo! You guys are all so nice out there. Look at that area. I didn't mean to ignore you, Jamie. That's so nice. Everybody looks out for each other here. All right. Hey there. Okay. You get these. It's my deck. And Libra Cusp is up and wants what's coming towards me, which could be my reading. All right.
Did you like it? Thank you. You're welcome.
All right. Cool.
Hope you liked it.
It was a little bit, testy, that one, I think. Wasn't
Yeah.
a little happy joy, but, challenges are what makes us grow, helps us grow.
Thank you, Jasmina.
All right. And Kara, I misunderstood you. I thought you wanted a reading from the deck, but you bought the deck. That's
Yes,
awesome.
I'm sorry.
I think you're really going to enjoy it. It's a real nice, even though it's creepy zombies, it's a really nice deck. So, all right.
All right.
So what's coming towards me? My deck, I will use, I'm going to use the Housewife's Tarot. I might be putting that aside this week. Darn it. I really love the deck, though. I really do. It's so much fun to use. I might use it Sunday and then say bye-bye. I'm not sure. I got so many decks I want to bring out for this time of year.
Tomorrow, you can watch our monthly modality message as the sun moves into Aries. That broadcast is going to come on at 4 p.m. It's Banshee and Mai's unique tarot astrological consideration for the modality signs of the zodiac. Something to tell you how to interact with people and use your superpowers to best advantage.
All right, I've cut the cards. Let's roll.
All right.
So what's coming towards Libra? Sunny is the most adorable cat.
Yeah, I think that's ultimately what I got out of it too, Alicia.
Well, Libra, it just seems like lately there's been a lot of up, there's been a lot of down for you. So what we see here is the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Yeah. Which, check out, if you have time, it's only like I think about 12 or 13 minutes, my syncing with the seasons reading. It might give you some tips to overcome some of the difficulties, but I think here that, this is only temporary, Libra. What's coming towards you is a cycle of some bad luck, some unfortunate maybe things occur, maybe out of the blue, you get a bad break somewhere, or, you might lose something and then you're upset because I feel a loss here of some sort. I don't know why when I'm looking at this wheel. So it's like you could misplace something important. You have a hard time getting it together. Whatever the case may be, your luck is turning down and it's going to be affecting you, I feel, for a very limited period of time.
It is a bad spin of luck. It may be connected to Mercury retrograde as it's tugging through that last week where maybe something you needed to not miss, you miss, and it's a bad luck.
Yeah.
But beyond that, in general, it could just be saying missteps of some sort.
I think here, he's right. We're getting through. Mercury goes direct tomorrow on the equinox. Woohoo! But there's a couple weeks where it's still reorienting itself, and so you may still be experiencing some fallout from all of that. So why is this important? Because whatever this loss is, that's my words because I was feeling that. It may stop you from finishing something you wanted completed. Boy, I hope it's not your taxes.
Yes, it's the world reversed.
But the thing is, something is stopping you from completing something you needed. Well, either you were hoping to have finished by now, you were hoping to achieve success on and be able to move on, but it's still hanging.
It's important to realize that if you're having some bad luck or some sort of missteps of some sort, that now is not the time that you can probably really finish a particular project, and that you may have to recheck everything to make sure that's not where mistakes might lie. Or if it's something maybe written too, it's Mercury retrograde. If this is about a contract that you didn't maybe read carefully, maybe this is a final chance for you to rectify that, but you're not going to be able to fix it readily. It's important that you understand there could be some mistakes going on.
So where are things headed? Disappointment, a little bit of disappointment. And you know what I said with the card for the collective there? Don't beat yourself up too much over this. I mean, there may be a cost involved depending on what this is that happens, but don't beat yourself up over this. We all make mistakes. Feel the feels of the loss and just be better. That's all we can do is just try harder, be better, be more on top of things, whatever the case may be that set this off. Or be better prepared if it was something out of the blue that happened.
All right, so in the Lenormand, it's the coffin and the key.
So the key is to let it go.
Something needs to let go.
I think just to let it go. What's done or what happens, happens. And, you can try, obviously you may have some cleanup to do or to get things right again, but don't let it linger, any longer than it has to. move on. If it means that you can't ultimately finish what it is you wanted to do, then you just got to move on to something else.
You may indeed have to do that. In a way, that's also sort of expressed with the reverse Page of Cups. It's just sort of indicating that this is maybe a gut level feeling you're going to have at some point, and really you can't accomplish it here. You may have to try it again some other time.
So good luck with that.
Good luck, Libra.
All right. Let's move on to Jamie. I think I got the list here already. Yep. And Jamie wants is it a general read? Yes, a general read.
A general reading, alrighty. And I will use my Legend Arthurian Tarot.
And I see what you said there about the birthday reading, Alicia. That's a good way to look at that. Absolutely. Oh, that's funny. Many times was I running my hands through here.
Yeah, I thought this deck was really nice because it's kind of, in a subtle way, it takes some of the legends of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, and it likens them to some of the imagery, well, all of the imagery in the tarot deck. And I like the color palette too because it's kind of a lighter, more, what's the word I'm looking for? Pastel colors. But I do like this tarot. Alrighty, so a general reading. Let's just throw them out there. And our first one is the Two of Pentacles. They call it the Two of Shields. It's upright.
Okay.
And then it is the Knight of Shields, so that's the Knight of Pentacles. And that is also upright. And then the final card is the upright Queen of Spears, which I believe is in fact swords, but let me check and see if there's something different there. I'm going to say that's it. Now they're all reversed and I can't tell.
So what is the first one again?
It's Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles.
Oh, okay.
It's hard to see because they're kind of
Right, the Two
pastel.
of Pentacles, then we have the Knight of Pentacles, and then we have...
No, the spears are wands because there is a sword. There is a suit of swords here, so those are wands.
Okay.
So that's the Queen of Wands.
Well, this is kind of interesting read.
She's got a cat in the picture, but it's not a black cat.
I'm silly. Let's throw the Lenormand out here right now. This was first. Making sure I
Well,
get the-
maybe that cat
No,
can
this
help.
was first, actually.
yeah.
Sorry. But I was
And
surprised I
it's-
got that again. Okay.
And we got a cat, we got mice. Oh dear.
Well, but this looks so good. Really,
In a way it does, doesn't
overall.
it?
You got the Queen of Wands there.
Yeah, upright. They're all upright, so it's very
And,
nice.
you know, it's really interesting. We had the Two of Pentacles yesterday, right, for today. I mean, the Two of Pentacles reversed. And so you have it upright, Jamie, and I think here this is indicating that balance is coming. You know, an ability to juggle all the things you need to do in your life. You're going to be able to put everything in it, you know, have everything in order, have everything in flow, so that you feel like you've got everything under control. Now, there's a caution here. Just be sure you're not piling it on too high because it gets harder as you go. You know, it looks like the person is juggling and balancing everything, but hey, it takes effort to do that. So don't push yourself too hard, but it's saying here, it looks like you're going to have everything together.
Well, I like that a lot because I think it sort of combines with the next card,
It
the Knight
does.
of Pentacles, and
It
it's
does.
just sort of suggesting that a part of this is not going to come quickly, but it's not going to come very slowly. You just sort of have to be measured and more or less focused with it. It may be that some of these different things you need to work around, your situations, can't necessarily happen simultaneously, and you might have to take care of one before you can take care of another. So I think you have to be in it to win it. You have to be thinking about the long game to some degree, and remember that, whatever these disparate conditions may be, they didn't necessarily happen overnight or in a day. So clearing them up will probably take a certain amount of time, and really having to focus on that you may find you have to make more phone calls than you like to make, or you have to go to more places to do business. That's what I got.
All right, so the Knight of Pentacles to me is just like, no need to push the envelope on anything at this time. This is a time to just, you've got this balance here. You've got the Knight, which is pretty easygoing. Is just to take everything in stride, go with the flow, follow, what works for you, your routine, what works for you, and everything should go smoothly. It's like this Knight is not in a hurry. He understands sometimes that, there's a value in going slow and being methodical about how you approach things.
On the other hand, it also seems like with that Queen of Wands energy there
Oh,
says, and maybe this is something else, it's not necessarily connected to balancing your priorities right now, but the Queen of Wands is definitely saying that there's some things that are going to kind of energize for you or energize you, and you might find that you really want to rise to the occasion with some things. Some of this looks like it could be related to possibly, enterprise, so work situations, or something where you're able to socialize and network. And it looks like it really takes advantage of your personality, that you can kind of use your personality to project confidence for this matter.
Well, I'm going to look at that Queen just a little bit differently by saying maybe she's here because people are noticing, kind of a change, kind of a shift in you where everything, you seem to have everything under control. You're handling what's coming your way. They feel like you're showing a lot of responsibility, with that Knight here. And, it's kind of like you're putting out a good energy that people will be drawn to. So it's all positive, I think, here, every single card. So why is the mice here? What happened? Why is the mice here? Well...
And the key.
And the key. And that is the key. I think here we can't allow... the key is to de-stress. The key is to... The mice are here to say... Deal with your little problems or issues as they come. Don't let them pile up, Keep everything in balance and take your time. And if there are different stressors or things that, need to be reprioritized, find a way to do it. Find a way to fit things in comfortably and not allow them to stress you out. The key is how you manage your stress and, desire to, or your frustrations with things in your life.
So those two Lenormand, maybe, they sort of work with that Knight, because it is saying that these things may happen, but it's up to you to kind of decide what is most important to work on, which one is the key to eliminating that. Maybe some of them are things that won't necessarily stop you still from your main tasks, but you have to decide how it fits. Good luck with that.
So we have for you, good luck with that. Hope that resonated. And we're on Shirley.
All right.
And there's Shirley's question.
I'm going to get those back. Thank you.
Current feelings and next action. I'll see what we can do with that. Let's see. I'm going to use my Tarot of the Moon Garden, I think. Well, we have the Seven of Swords upright. We have the Page of Cups upright. But we have the Three of Pentacles reversed. Okay. What do you got, Mr. O?
Indeed. It's the Rider. And the Man.
Wow. Well, this really is very interesting, but I'm going to start off with that Seven of Swords and just say, Shirley, has this person been, kind of hard to figure out what they're really feeling? I know you're asking us for a reason, but that Seven of Swords often is that they're really holding things close to their chest. And maybe, if they're being very open with you and they're talking about feelings per se, maybe they're masking what they're really feeling inside right now. There's a lot of mystery around this, and I do think, you may have to do some, digging to figure out I wanted to say that, but actually, this is the way you've been feeling, is you just can't seem to figure out if, this is legitimate, if you're comfortable with what you're hearing, or if you need to hear more and you're not hearing enough from this person.
Right.
Or feeling enough.
It could express the idea that maybe you wish you could find out more about him without him necessarily knowing. Hey, that's fine. I sort of feel drawn to the Page of Cups because...
I feel drawn to a lot of this reading. This is interesting.
Right, but I guess
ahead.
the idea could be that maybe you do think of them romantically or possibly romantically, and or you wonder if they might be thinking that of you.
Well, that's what it's about, their intentions. So
right.
Yeah.
This almost, to me, feels like somebody has to make that move, as the Page of Cups is sort of an initiator. So it may be saying it's up to you or it's up to them.
Well, it could be that they're about to make a move or an invite of some sort, or maybe they're waiting for some other sign from you before they do that. I mean, I could see that too here. But the Page of Cups is definitely, good emotional news.
Yeah.
So maybe, like I said, they're waiting to get some more confirmation from you, possibly here. Or it's vice versa, but I think that they may come out eventually from this, hidden state here and be a little bit more demonstrative if they haven't been already. And if they have been, well, maybe they will finally back it up with actions, okay? So if they've been saying lovey-dovey stuff, etc., well, maybe finally something will move on that.
Well, and finally, that reverse Three of Pentacles maybe indicates that there is, to some degree, a lack of confidence in themselves or their own abilities to maybe be in charge of this or to figure it out. And so maybe saying, like, maybe you could extrapolate and say maybe they are more passive in some respects and might need you to kind of initiate some things with them. It could be also saying, too, that maybe they don't know what their plans are yet, or they don't know for sure how they want to plan things.
Hey, that could be. I can't rule that out either at this point. But with the Three of Pentacles, I almost got the feeling is, this is kind of a long distance thing, right? And so maybe the problem is right now, this person's trying to figure out how this relationship can be made, or this potential relationship could be made to work for them. Maybe they're trying to figure it out, I could look at that card that way. And with the Man and the Rider, again, see, I like this combo right here with that card in the middle, even though that's just where he places those, because they fit together. The man could be making a move to either extend an invitation or, say we have to find a way to finally move this forward or something. I feel like it's highly possible here.
So it looks like they would be more likely the one to maybe make this initiative, but I'm still thinking that, you know, if you think there's a sly or secretive way to maybe get the hint across, that wouldn't necessarily hurt either, unless, of course, you're really not sure about, you know, their what they're up to. Like if they really are more of a mystery to you, or if you think this would be something, you know, that you need to somehow hint to them.
Well, that's what it looks like right now. That's what we have for you. I wish you luck with that.
Good luck, Shirley.
Jasmina is up. And the question.
Alrighty.
General for the rest of March.
Okay. Let's see. Hi, Jasmina. Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna need that.
Alrighty.
All right.
Hi, Sunman.
Wow.
Back
crazy.
again.
Back again. The
All right, our
Sunman.
first card
Sunny.
is the Hierophant reversed. Our next card is the upright Nine of Wands. And the final card is the Lovers reversed. So it's interesting because it's two major arcana reversed. And in Lenormand, we have the stars
Guess what's back?
and the key. The key, I guess we're all having a problem understanding, so the key is here to spell it out.
I don't know.
You're
I
welcome.
think it's just telling
You're
what
welcome,
is
Shirley.
key in this situation. But let's take a look here. How's the rest of March going to go? Well, with the Hermit reversed,
That's Hierophant.
oh, the Hierophant, and I knew that. Sorry. With the Hierophant reversed, it's indicating that the rest of the month may seem a little bit unusual, maybe in some ways. That there's going to be some rather, maybe you're going to have the opportunity to explore some things you haven't been able to explore before, or do something in a new way. There's an unorthodoxy about this card, which means just kind of breaking the rules too, you know, just being willing to break a few rules that you set up for yourself, or boundaries, and do some things that might be a little bit outside your comfort zone. That might be a good idea, or maybe something that's coming towards you this month will encourage you to do so.
Well, excuse me, she took the words out of my mouth, because I was going to say this is kind of like breaking the rules and being able to get away with it, or not necessarily caring one way or the other. It feels like the rest of the month doesn't really operate the way you think it should. If you felt like there were things going on for you that sort of were moving in a linear way, you might find that somehow you get a setback or you get a diversion. So having said that, once again, it could be the final throes of Mercury retrograde. It will end, but then it will start to right itself, and that may present some minor issues, mostly for you to reflect upon. So that could be too. You might be reflecting on how you can take advantage of the sense of being able to do something that's not quite acceptable. Next card is the Nine of Wands upright, and that may suggest that this is the right time for this in a way too, and that even though what you may do is challenging or daunting in a way, you are willing to step forward maybe from another place, a darker place or a place where you feel you're challenged from, to possibly extend yourself.
Yeah, it's funny here. The Nine of Wands could be saying to just prepare yourself for something unusual or unorthodox, some different activities or situations in your life to take place. Yeah, I think overall, this isn't a terrible reading. I mean, I've got the lovers at the end to contend with. And I would just say that means that don't avoid this. I think here, don't avoid this situation just because, you're kind of concerned about it's out of your comfort zone. I don't know if I can handle this. I think you're meant to explore something new, or do something different. And sometimes when we just add something new into our lives, it spurs other growthful activities to take place as well. So I think the lovers is here to say, don't make the mistake of not of making a decision not to go do something because you don't feel comfortable with it.
Right. The fact that something really might feel like it's different for you, but it seems to be propelling you to make a choice you'd rather not make, but maybe you need to consider that it is the choice you have to make, and that even though it may disadvantage you for a while, I'm thinking the Lenormand says that.
Yeah, what do you think about that? I have a couple thoughts.
I think the Lenormand is saying that ultimately, this seems like an unusual situation that is maybe forcing you to confront a change you didn't want to consider, will ultimately lead to some better from the Lenormand's point of view if I'm tying them all together, and I sort of feel I can.
Yeah, I think so. And I think here, the Lenormand, the key is, I think what this is saying, geez, is that this is something that is key to your growth and your long-term success. Sometimes we just need to do something different to shake things up in our lives a little bit, to give ourselves the confidence to move forward on other dreams and goals. It just kind of opens the door and just, well, I didn't feel comfortable about doing this, but doggone it, I did it anyway. And it gives you the strength and courage and the hope that you can do better things in your life. So I think it's a growthful experience, whatever this is overall.
It's not necessarily like an epiphany, like something really tremendous is going to happen, but it feels like it's just really different for you, and it will open the doors to something better that will make you feel it was the right move to make, ultimately.
So good luck with that.
Good luck. Yeah, it's very interesting, so you'll have to let us know if any of that works out.
And Ari is up, and Ari, I did not get a question.
You're welcome. Alrighty, there you are.
There it is. Thank you, Ari.
Thank you, Jasmina. It sounded really interesting, so of course I'm always curious. That's just me.
All right. Well, that's an interesting question. So, James guy actually had feelings for me. At some point, it was this all an act to him. His sweet talk and all. Okay,
All right.
we can do that.
I'll need
I
those
got it.
letters.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
And Sunny is snoozing out over here. We were both on the go today, back and forth with appointments or things, and then we went out to eat
I had
and
to
stuff.
skip my senior exercise for my doctor's appointment. I'm going tomorrow,
But
though.
I think they missed us because we were just out more, and so that's why he's here.
Oh, the cats. You
Yeah.
talked about, oh, yeah. Well, Sonny is always hanging. He likes to hang here with us. And he is a Pisces, right? They're Pisces.
Yeah, their birthday was March 15th.
Well, no, that would be, yeah, I guess that'd be Aquarius, wouldn't it?
No, they're Pisces.
Oh.
If it was tomorrow, they would be Aries.
Oh, wait, March. They were March. I'm thinking of February. Yeah. Yeah.
You said James is the Pisces, so I got that.
Yeah, no, I knew that.
All
I'm
right.
talking about Sunny. Our 3 cats are also Pisces. All right, well, we have the 3 of Wands upright. I have thoughts about that right away. Ah. And the 7 of Wands is upright. Four of Pentacles is reversed.
The cross. The mice.
Huh.
Okay, so was James really interested in you, or was it just a fake job? No cups, you're right. That's the first thing we noticed. You're right.
Yeah, that is funny. But, you know, there's maybe some power dynamics going on here. But I'm not sure about that either. I think that, you know, I'm not seeing any sign that he necessarily didn't have feelings for you. Even though there's no cups here. But I do feel that he just had a wanderlust about him. I'm looking at that the 3 of Wands there, and he just wanted to explore more, perhaps.
But the opposite 4 of Pentacles reverse could indicate some balance there in a way that maybe, maybe he had a lot of something to give away. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. And I'm feeling here, the reason I said the power was obviously at 7 of Wands, you know, it's kind of a card of trying to be, you know.
Charge.
What?
Charles in charge.
Charles in charge, somebody in charge, somebody who wants to be above perhaps in a relationship, etc. It seems like it's not exactly an even power dynamic I'm seeing here. But the 7 of Wands the 7 of Wands could be here for another reason as well. It could be indicating that he kind of felt it was an uphill, uphill battle to keep, to possibly have a further relationship with you. I don't know why that would be, Ari. I mean, and you may not either understand what goes on in somebody's head to make them feel that way, but it could be that as well. He just felt like maybe there were other things in his life that were drawing him in a different direction too, that was pushing him in a different direction. I can see that as well. And with that 3 of Wands there too, that kind of makes sense to me.
I mean, I think that he was only insincere in the sense that he wasn't really as interested in you as he may have acted.
I would agree with that a little bit. I think he had feelings for you, but maybe they weren't that much. And that's what I'm getting out of that 4 of Pentacles.
Yeah, I get that too a little bit.
Yeah.
But it still had a limiting feel. The 3 of Wands really said that maybe something else was always bound to move him along, another opportunity that he wanted for whatever reason.
Yeah, and the 4 of Pentacles indicates to me that, and I hate to say it this way, but the 4 of Pentacles, you have to remember, is a very kind of material-oriented card. So the best way for me to say this is to say that he didn't feel ultimately that you were that valuable to hold on to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or to have that kind of relationship with.
Sorry to say that.
And I'm sorry to say that. So in a sense, even though, some of this looks like he just wanted to see what else was out there. He didn't feel like, it was worth holding on to you if it stopped him maybe from seeing what else was out there. And sort of the way I'm looking at it, with the mice and
Cross.
the cross, he may be feeling, he might have been feeling that he just had too many things going, pressuring him in his life to really make a commitment at that time. And I'm sort of feeling that because of, the Seven of Wands there, the mice, and the cross. It just seemed like he may have had some heavy stuff going on, whether you knew about it or not.
And I'm thinking that mostly he let the little things pile up, and then they became bigger problems, and then he didn't like that, or that was really the hard part of everything, was that he let his smaller problems or things become bigger.
It's really sad that people have to lead on that way. I mean, relationships should start with, or be more no pressure for a while. And none of this talk about, yes, we're going to spend our lives together right away, get to know each other more. And honestly, I don't understand why people, got to keep talking up like that. But
I would now recommend
with me and Mr. O being together as long as we are, obviously, I've been out of that dating circle for quite some time.
Hey, let's sing a verse from Jay Giles' Love Stinks.
No.
Yeah.
Mr. O likes singing that once in a while. All right. That's what we have for you, though, unless you have something else to add to that.
No, that's pretty much it.
All right. And we are on Andrew.
Oops.
And,
Andrew left a question.
and
Good
I didn't
evening,
get it,
Andrew.
but we'll get it for you, Andrew. I, for some reason, didn't even have you on my question list. I have you on the list. You're next, so there you are here, but
I saw it earlier. I'll get it for you.
Question. Once the show starts, I sometimes
There it
fall
is.
off on this list keeping. So I
General messages.
General messages, sure. Okay.
Alrighty. Thank you,
Your
Andrew.
deck, Mr. O.
Yes. Okay. I will use. Let's see.
Communication and men. Okay, I don't want to make a generalization. It's not all bad.
But you did.
Let's face it. Sometimes it is. I'm gonna bring out my
You're welcome, Ari.
Lonely Planet Tarot next.
So I'm going to use our shared deck.
No.
And we will be
You're
challenged.
throwing a wrench at us.
We will be challenged to try to consider either side of this for the reading. So general messages for Andrew. Alrighty. Did you want to shuffle a little bit too then?
No.
Alrighty.
It's all right. It's your shuffle.
Yes, this one is a stiffer one, so it's harder to shuffle the way I like normally.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. But you're right.
It's even though I've used it a bit, it's still not totally broken in yet. So, just one of those things.
A bit of love bombing. I like that, Ari. As I started reading, it didn't seem that way at first, but looking at the way the cards were, I suddenly realized, that last card in particular, that yeah, he was kind of feeding you stuff. And he didn't really feel the value that he was letting on, that he was, that he was saying to you. He didn't really feel that within. Sometimes people just say what they think people want to hear,
I know, like which side?
Well, when you picked
That's
it
the
up,
side I pulled up.
that's the side you pulled out. It's the Seven of Pentacles. And it looks to me like that would be the Seven of Pentacles reversed. I don't know why.
Okay. Well, I guess I had a slightly different consideration.
I see what you're thinking, and I understand that. I don't know.
Okay, the next card is the Magician reverse. No doubt about that.
Okay.
And the final card is the Three of Swords upright. But because this is the tarot of oppositions, we try to
Okay.
consider either meaning. All right,
Well,
Lenormand,
oh,
it's here.
sorry. Drop the ball. Let me get that. The Seven of Pentacles is interesting to me. I think I'm feeling more the reverse side, but I'm going to talk about both, I think.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
what
fair.
the heck? That hasn't come up yet today. Okay.
The snake and the moon.
So the Seven of Pentacles reversed is kind of a situation of deciding whether to keep moving forward on something you've been working on, or maybe a path that you're taking in life, or to change direction. You know, sometimes this can mean career shifts and changes. This could mean, you know, changing things with the way you manage in your finances or your money. It's definitely about projects and goals in particular, and that, you know, it's either time to put up or shut up. In other words, or shut down in this case. Either do more work on what you're trying to accomplish, or, you know, move forward on in your life, or to decide to let it go. It's getting to that point in that time, and I feel here with since we consider both aspects of this card, you really need to question yourself and see if, you know, you're giving up prematurely on something and you should put more effort into it because success is possible, or if you should let it go.
Well, I like the Tarot of Oppositions because I think each card gives us a consideration of the either or possibilities in a way. It's not exactly like the vice versa tarot, another one I have, but the idea that maybe there are two sides to consider
Well,
here.
when
And
people just read upright cards, they consider, you know, all aspects of the card, whether there's negative or positive attributes. And remember, some of the upright cards, of course, aren't always positive. So the thing is, this kind of is a holistic approach. It's almost like you are reading the card upright as a person who would read them upright would.
all right, and I like what Andrew said there too, that he resonates to that one as an upright one. I guess I'm assuming you mean that first one. So I do feel that this is the time for, as a journal read, to consider a particular project and whether its value to you would be better served in a different way, or sticking with it as it is now. It doesn't feel like you have that inclination to move it ahead now. You maybe wanted it to bear more fruit later, but you might have to think maybe now is the time for you to decide you should just abandon it altogether, or really try to pour on the energy or speed to some degree.
Yeah, okay, and then the magician. The magician, reversed has interesting connotations in the upright. So this is not a time to fool yourself into believing that something will be, that things are just going to fall into place. It's going to require will, strength, and determination, which is the upright part of the magician. Will and determination and focused attention on either, you know, getting this to move forward, or even in letting it go. I mean, you have to decide here, are you fooling yourself in believing this will be successful when maybe it won't be, because you don't want to let it go, you don't want to let this dream or goal go, you know, in whatever part of your life this is, or, you know, do you just need to apply more focused attention and energy on it to move things forward?
The first half of that especially was perfect. That was just really perfect. And I agree. The magician reversed, you know, this is that opportunity to realize that either you have a fantasy going on that you need to tackle that on its own merits, about where your efforts are leading you. It may not just be that, it may be some other things too, that maybe this represents something that, kind of comes around and goes around. But it could be just about a specific thing here too. Are you fooling yourself that you can pull it out, or that, really you can master it if you really try to do that?
Do you possibly need more either support or help or education, for example, or financial backing to pull something off? I mean, that's also with the magician, upright or reversed. You have to make sure you have everything you need
The
in place in
resources.
order to, succeed.
Your
The magician
toolbox.
uses his tools wisely, and he knows what tools he needs to get the job done. Okay.
So then finally, it's the Three of Swords, and it manifests as an upright, but the reverse is there too, so it's something to think about.
Wow, this is a tough one. Because the Three of Swords is talking about grief and disappointment and maybe some heartache. Maybe it's hard for you to let go because it would make you feel real disappointed to not be able to see this through. So, and so you would require some time to heal and feel better about yourself before you could actually let it go and move on. You have to come to terms. I always feel like with both those sides of it here, you have to come to terms to something that would cause you some real grief if you let it go, and a part of you that also wants you, to let it go maybe, or wants you to work harder on something to make it happen. And maybe right now you're feeling disappointed because it's not quite there.
To me, this really did indicate to a larger degree that you emotionally had a real stake in this thing. Even if you weren't really ready to push ahead with it, it was important to you. And so maybe there's a feeling too, really, that if you had let it go, or if you do let it go, it
Oh.
still may find a way to recover
Oh.
on its own.
I like what you said there. And actually, Andrew, that could very well be because it's a combination
Sure.
of hurt and healing here. And so it could very well be that, and it's just inserted itself into the mix here. It's possible here, too, that your healing, maybe why now you're at a crossroads determining where, how to pull off what you want to do next. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. But
Thank you for sharing that.
the moon and the snake is really interesting to me too, because I almost feel it kind of ties into that reversed part of the magician energy to me, in that success is not a sure thing here, so don't deceive yourself in thinking so. But on the other hand, you know, it's also saying that maybe you feeling it's not going to be successful could also be the deception here. There is just a real mixed bag with this reading all the way around, I feel.
It was because we chose to use this deck.
Thank you. No, but I think this is
Challenging.
very good that it's open-ended, because what it's saying is if you've been working on something and you've been thinking of letting it go, think about this more. Think twice before you do that and make sure it's a time to let it go. Or if you think you can pull off some magic here and do it, then go for it. But it's not going to be easy, and don't fool yourself into thinking so. But I think, the door is open one way or another, but you will have to make a choice.
Good luck with that.
I don't know if any of that resonates. I hope it does. I do think you might be onto something with that last card. And so if you see something else in the cards we've drawn for you here, that is perfectly okay. Tarot is about that. Tarot is about finding the meaning in the message for you. Okay? So good luck with that. Hey, you're very welcome, Andrew.
You're welcome.
It's an interesting deck, though, and I have to say, I really do love the artwork on both sides of it. I think they really did a good job on that.
I have not used it here very often, that's for sure. And we used to use it for a segment we had a year or two ago, the Weird Week.
The Weird Week.
We used it in that. And that was more, we were trying to liken it more to current events, political and or global events of some sort.
It worked well for that, in a
Yeah, it
way,
did.
for that kind of thing.
You're
Maybe
welcome,
we'll
thank
bring
you.
it out again when we do our WTF,
And
Mr. O.
we're on Diamond Girl, what?
Maybe we'll bring it out again when we do our a WTF.
Weird Week or this one? Yeah,
Yeah, that.
yeah, I
We're not
agree.
doing Weird Week.
I agree, that's probably, well, Weird Week kind of evolved to WTF in a way.
Okay, Diamond Girl, I do not have your questions, so let me
I
go.
saw it, so I'm going to go grab it.
Did you see it? Okay.
I did see it.
Well, I got bad at the end here, I admit it.
What blessings are coming?
Okay. Awesome. I will use my Lonely Planet Tarot. Done by the travel folks at Lonely Planet. Where they combine travel destinations with tarot. I just think it's a beautiful, colorful deck. All right. So what was again? Positive messages, something?
What blessings are coming
Blessings.
to them?
Well, we start with the Five of Cups, which is the Black River in where?
Jamaica.
Okay, Jamaica. All right, let's put that out there. I have a thought immediately about that. And the Four of Pentacles is upright here. It's Paro Bhutan. And the Six of Swords is reversed, and that's the Isla del Sol, Bolivia. Oh, those are so nice and big.
Here's the
and
Lenormand. And
readable.
it's a nice one. There's the stork
Yeah.
and the clouds with the bright side leaning that way. So,
Well, the Five of Cups is here first and foremost, and I think here I say something positive here because, well, I gotta look at all of this. I think the Five of Cups is indicating to me, the Five of Cups has spilled cups all over the place, and it talks about disappointment and loss, but there's another part to the five, even when it's upright and not reversed. When it's reversed, it's usually better. But I will say this, that with it upright here, there's a focus on loss and disappointment rather than recognizing good things that are still with you here. And I think this card is here to say you're going to start recognizing that maybe you've suffered some recent failures or defeats or setbacks of some sort or disappointments in your life. However, they don't define you and you have much to fall back on. You have more than you thought to fall back on. And the reason I'm focusing on that part of the card is because of the next card, the Four of Pentacles. I feel it fits right into that. I think here, you're going to be doing a reassessment of what is valuable to you in your life today. It's like, what is of value and what do you really value about your life? And focusing on that instead of the disappointments and setbacks that you may have had. It may allow you now to focus on the things that you treasure and work to, multiply that or, enjoy that.
there is a sense of loss with that first card, the Five of Cups there. But the real feeling, too, though, is sort of saying, I'm looking beyond that. I'm trying to understand what that meant or how I should move forward. And so that's one of those blessings there too is realizing that you can overcome either loss or very sensitive, hurtful emotions. You know, maybe you had a parting with somebody, or maybe you realized something that really changed your dynamic with somebody and you had to move on from that. That's a blessing to realize that, because it doesn't look like there was a lot of drama about it. You just moved in different directions, perhaps. You acknowledge that. Now, the Four of Pentacles does maybe shift it a little bit and say that, you know, this gives you an opportunity to gather back in what you think you still have that is valuable, that not everything was lost, because we indicated that. And so this is a good time for you to realize there's value in what you still have or what you are still able to bring to yourself. A lot of that looks more financial. So this could be saying that, you know, you still have your job, or your job still moves for you in the right direction, things like that.
With the Six of Swords reversed, I almost feel here that something is stopping you from, moving to a better place. And maybe, you might be just a little bit unwilling to make the move at this time because of uncertainty. I really feel the clouds and the stork fit right in with that Six of Swords there. Because there's a lot of uncertainty about embarking on in a new direction.
And they're both storks.
Right. Whether this is career-wise, or whether this is relationship-wise, or in other areas of your life. Because it can also mean a physical move of some sort. But something makes you afraid to venture there right now. And so you might be staying with some less than ideal situations or circumstances right now, when there could be something better out there, but uncertainty holds you back. And, all I can say to that, hey, I never thought the same year I'd be, forced to retire early that I would find out, and I thought that might be a good thing in a way because I could enjoy life, that I'd be socked with this cancer diagnosis. So, we never know what life is going to throw at us. There is always uncertainty. But so don't, try to work through that, because I think a new beginning of some sort is waiting for you.
Sometimes it implies that the Six of Swords, when it's upright, that you're moving towards what you feel takes you away from what you don't like, that's troublesome. But when it's reversed, it could just be saying to you, acknowledge that things happened and you still may have to deal with what's left of that. I kind of implied that by saying, think of what you still have, value what you still have, or seek the value what you have. I like what Banshee said, though, about the additional stork we got in the Lenormand in the clouds, that this is saying that maybe you want to wait until you really feel it's less confusing what happened. A lot of it may have happened, and where that blessing you're looking for, it's going to begin, but you have to kind of sort through some of this to really count your blessings, as they say. So we do wish you good luck with that.
Yep, good luck with that. Appreciate you. All right. Well, all right. I have no questions, and I know some of them are easy ones.
Is it Rowan?
No, Nancy is up right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll look for it if you want.
Yeah. Okay, I got the list out.
Yeah, I don't see Nancy again. So maybe Nancy just said hi.
Or is just typing the question now. So we'll give Nancy a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And just a reminder, we've got all these extra shows, and we will be here for happy hour.
Yes.
So tomorrow, watch Mr. O's show. His Emotional Exchanges comes out in the morning. And then my thing will come out after his show, about 10:30 a.m., Syncing with the Season.
And I
It's
flipped all those
Videopalooza.
very quickly.
It's Video Palooza tomorrow. You could just watch us all day.
I'm tired. Nancy.
Nancy, are you here?
Possibly not.
All right, well, maybe we have to move on then.
It's possible we can add you back if you come back, but we'll see.
Yeah, I will take Nancy off for now. We'll go on to CJ.
All right.
All right. And CJ wanted, I don't know yet. May I ask, okay, how best to deal with my daughter in a conflict I'm having with her dad right now? Okay.
All right. Thank you. I'm glad you found it. I was having trouble finding it.
I found it.
I said, I'm glad you found it. I was having trouble finding it.
All right. Well, be that way. Oh, wonder what deck that's from. Maybe I removed a deck. That must be removed. Everything seems to have a plan. Okay. Okay, to deal with the daughter. Yeah, that's trouble.
It's the reversed Wheel of Fortune. It's the upright Hanged Man. This is my Nefertiti, which has a lot of gold on it. It's funny because it's all major arcana once again. It's the Sun reversed.
Oh, you have the sun reversed too?
Yeah. But I feel better about it than you usually do.
Well, yeah.
And of course, along with the sun, we have the moon from the Lenormand and the garden. Well, definitely don't do things randomly with your daughter. The Wheel of Fortune reverse maybe indicates that you should be direct and follow normal sequence, that if you try for some random things, you know, like just, and I don't know what that would be in that sense, but, you know, randomly put them in a position one way or the other that they didn't expect. It may not work out very well. So always try to deal more in a linear or, you know, regular movement way.
I think what you need to, you know, impart on your daughter is that this is a difficult time right now, and for everybody involved, and you know, that things will improve in time. Everything will improve in time. I think here that and that you're working towards that anyway. You know, we don't know what fate has in store, and you know, the wheel is turned down right now, just showing the difficulties and things that you might be going through together as you're struggling to come to terms with, you know, the arguments that are going on. But your daughter needs some more stability during this kind of negative cycle of the wheel. And so to encourage her into believing that I'm going to try to do right by you. I'm going to try to do the best for you. this is the way to go, I think, with it.
I think she said it better than I did in a way.
And when you look at the Hanged Man here, I think right now, too, it's really important for you to listen, and observe your daughter a lot and understand what she's going through more and get her to open up to you and be a presence to listen. You know, I think she's probably got a lot of on her mind about this. You know, with the Hangman here, there's just a lot of ruminating and thinking going on. And I think here, you know, this is a time to just say, I'm willing to listen to how you really feel. No matter how it hurts, whether it hurts me, you know, we as a parent, we need to know what our children are really feeling about us and, you know, the other person involved.
The hangman maybe is also asking you to
step back a bit.
Not to step back a bit, but to make her. Boy, I had it, but I was waiting for you to end.
I'm sorry.
I know
that
you just go
to
on
me
for so long.
sometimes.
It's about maybe putting her in a position or allowing her to come to the position where she can question herself, her own integrity, her own desires versus other outcomes, and maybe come to some judgment herself. She may need something from you, but she also needs to be able to come to some of this herself, and you can maybe help give her that opportunity.
And you know what? I'm thinking about this card here, and I'm thinking about this, you know, this argument, and you know how everybody involved has a role here to play. And I think here that all involved have to realize that they have to make some sacrifices and compromises. Going to have to find a way to move forward constructively, if for nothing else, you know, for the child's sake. I mean, of course, you know, you deserve a life too. Your husband deserves his life too, but there's a third party here that's dependent on both of you. And so I think here that everybody has to find a way to compromise and make some sacrifices and look at things from a more broader perspective so that they'll be able to reach that conclusion.
Thanks for reminding us. You know, I wasn't sure how old she was, but you're right. You know, technically not really, you know, an adult of informed ability or reason, you know. So the final card is the sun reversed, and I like to think that when the sun is reversed, it only has a slight dim to the effect, and the card of the sun suggests that people have to emphasize the good things in their life, maybe with a little bit of diminishment. I take it the father is the ex now, or never was, you know, legally wed, but that there's not a together there. And when you look at the sun, it's saying, you know, you make the best of the happiness you have, that you look for knowledge or inspiration or the joy of the family around you. But in this case, with the sun reversed, you do have to accept it in what it is. And maybe, you know, just like we were saying with the wheel, what Banshee was saying, you know, was that the world isn't perfect right now, and some things we have to accept or endure. So it is with, you know, the sun diminishing a little bit of happiness.
Right. You know, I feel here that there may be a more positive shift because the sun is not bad either way. However, it does indicate that sometimes, like he said, you have to look for the light. You know, you have to look for the light and try to magnify that. I feel here. Oh, hi.
Oh, hello there.
Can she get up here from there?
I don't know.
Can we move this out a little bit?
Yeah, I can do that.
Oh, she finds a way. Come on up here.
Hey, everybody.
It's Sassy.
Sassy's here. Now, she doesn't come here very often.
No, but she likes this thing. I got her to like it
does.
finally. Yay. So she might join us from time to time.
So I appreciate you clarifying that about your ex.
Yeah. So now you've seen all our three cats at some point here. Shadow did not come up today. Well, I want to say something else about the sun too. It may seem gloomy and dark now, but I like the way it started with this wheel reversed and it ends with the sun reversed, indicating that, hey, it may not be the most perfect of worlds for your daughter, for example, but the sun will shine again. The sun will rise again. The wheel is just a temporary situation, and I do think that things could improve. There could be improvement. Maybe it'll never be what your daughter would have liked or expected out of things, but I think that you will find some peace.
Well, I hope that's not a problem that she showed up, but I think, in reason, it's the big people that have to make the sacrifices mostly. Um, that's all I'm going to say with that. Now, with the Lenormand, we have the garden and the moon.
Yeah, I think here this is a call to do have some fun, enjoy each other's company in some way, get out there more, socialize, make sure that she is socializing as well, and also here I think I'm hoping, I'm hoping this means that there will be some success in everybody involved in this situation uh, pulling together better, pulling together better. Because the garden can be about that. It's about connections. The moon is about success, and it could be with relationships or business. So that's why I think it's perfect, in this reading here. So I think here, just get out and meet new people, enjoy life, have some fun, and try to lighten things up a little bit. And hopefully, I think in time, maybe things are going to start to get a little better.
Well, the Wheel of Fortune is about time, but I look at the moon in a symbolic way too and realize that the moon, grows and diminishes. And so there are cycles of the moon. This thing doesn't resolve immediately, but I do feel the garden is a hopeful sign in that Lenormand. They're saying, don't be afraid to have support from other people in your public, too, that, are helpful. Other relatives or other friends, I'm not asking you to pander for them, but this is the kind of thing that your peer support is important too on your end or your daughter's end. You're welcome. Good luck.
Good luck with that, CJ. Whoops. Oh, that's what happened. All right. Gosh, having problems here. All right. Rowena's up.
And Rowen wanted general guidance.
All right.
Looks like we'll finish on time about. We
What's
should
that?
probably close the list at this point.
Oh,
It's after 8:30.
I think you are correct. Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and do that.
I'm going to get it on the chat.
So everyone on the list now, that's Rowen, Cara, and Alicia, will get their reading.
And if Nancy comes back, we may still try to fit you
We'll try to
in.
squeeze her in.
I'm trying to pin it, and there we go.
General guidance.
Yeah, I know it. I just wanted to get the thing out there. All right. What the heck deck am I going to use now? Yeah. Okay.
Tonight I used a tarot from a local artist in the Detroit, Michigan area. It was given to me by a friend of ours, the Phantom Queen Tarot. It's inspired by the Morrigan and more of the Celtic mythos. A lot of ravens in it. Suitably dark for me. I may use it again tonight or certainly in the future.
Well, who would have thought I'd get a zombie deck, Mr. O?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this one is just big. She's our chunky cat, but we love her. And yes, they have very unique personalities.
in some ways, she is the most affectionate one.
Well, Sonny and me, though, we got a thing.
I don't know. They're all affectionate, but in differing ways, in a way.
Yeah.
I
She's
call her
very
my
loving.
chubby stubby because she has
Oh,
short legs and she's chubby.
she's my sassy cat.
But I love her.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah. All right. Ooh, well, we have Death reversed.
Pretty card.
The Eight of Cups upright.
She's not. It's really Shadow. That's the queen.
Yes. Shadow is special.
Shadow.
Shadow.
She's the queen in waiting, that's for sure.
And we have a queen. The Queen of Pentacles is upright.
Oh, I like her chair.
Speaking of queens.
Oh, and she's got bunnies.
Well, this is an interesting read for you, Len. I see something here. I want to see what he's going to get with the Lenormand. But I don't know. This sounds interesting.
I get the house.
Okay.
And I get the heart.
The heart?
Mm-hmm.
Well, gosh, I don't know if you're thinking of moving or anything. Clearly, I feel there's a sign of movement here with the Eight of Cups upright. And then I see the home card, so I'm just throwing that out there. But there's the Death card, and it is reversed, which indicates that right now you really aren't all that interested in making any major changes at this time. You feel as though it's either not the right time or you're resistant. You're resistant to making some changes that may, in fact, prove beneficial to you, but, you kind of you don't want to do it right now.
Is it possible that you feel you have to do this on a more emotional or mental level rather than the physical level? Like change needs to happen within. You need to move to this area where something is better, but something is resistant. I like when you use that. The idea that you realize you need to make a change to move, but there's a resistance or an inertia in doing it.
Yeah, the Eight of Cups is very much like, I'm unsatisfied here. I want to move on or see what else is out there. It's kind of like a very adventurous or exploratory kind of card. But yet, I'm not sure you're ready to take that journey. The Queen of Pentacles is here to say, you know what? It's okay either way. Sometimes you just got to stay in your comfort zone. So if you don't feel that the time is right, hold off, because sometimes when we embark on a new path or a new journey in our lives, we can't go back again. So if you're really uncertain about it, that this is not the time to make any kind of major moves or changes in your life, then stay the course. The Queen is indicating stay the course and stay in your comfort zone. And I kind of feel that's where the Lenormand is going too, but I'll let Mr. O chime in.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I think that Queen of Pentacles is the Queen of Comfort. And, there's a lot of that expressed in the Pentacles. So being a court card has to account for, a major role of that. And I think it's saying, organize, manage, protect, take care of your life. And it may be because you just realize that there's this gumption to change, but there's also this gumption to not change. And so it's really, the choice you make is to not choose at this time.
That's an interesting reading. And like I said, I feel the Lenormand
I didn't get to them.
Well, yeah, I know. I just feel the Lenormand is, feel passionate, feel good that it's okay right now to stay in your comfort zone.
Can't say it any better than that.
Yeah. So good luck with that.
Good luck, Rowan. And we're on Kara.
Kara's up. Oh, thank you, Rex. Got the deck away already. Okay. So, Kara, did you post a question earlier? Because I did not get it.
Let me look for it.
My bad.
I see the thing about putting off the diet, but I don't think that's your question.
Oh yeah, that was from what she pulled from the Oracle of the Undead deck. Well, let's give Kara a couple minutes.
Yes, I'll just mention once again that happy hour is on its normal time. There's Kara.
Oh, okay.
That'll be 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. All right, Kara.
On beauty product reviews. Wow, that's kind of interesting. Oh, hey Paisley, how you doing? Good to see you. Is it your deck?
Yes.
Yes, so go ahead.
I know. I was trying to decide which one to use.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome, Rowan. So we're sorry, Paisley, but our list is closed. So we're not going to be able to do your reading tonight.
Yeah, we had to close up, so we're getting close to the end of the show now, and so we'll have to catch you next time. Alright.
Love and light, Rowan.
Take care, Owen. Oh, God, Kara. Okay. Let's see what Mr. O pulls out of his hat for you.
It's the Five of Cups upright. And characteristically, whatever, 3 cups are spilled, not 2.
Right. I knew that.
And it's the Eight of Swords reversed.
Okay. Darn it.
And it's the Star reversed. So,
Well, that blows all my good news. Anyway,
know.
here.
well, I did it on purpose, you know. The birds. More birds. A stork.
Well, it's like anything, Kara. You know, I think here it's about attitude, okay? Everything I'm looking at with the cards is almost kind of leading me there. The Five of Cups upright is indicating that you shouldn't immediately shoot this down. Definitely, you should probably consider it. You should consider, you know, I would say it this way. What have you learned from past losses of things you've tried to do? Take those lessons forward. Those spilled cups, yeah, they look pretty useless down there, don't they? But it's kind of like, why did they spill? What can you do to make sure that doesn't happen next time? So you move forward more, you know, aware and acknowledge your past mistakes without feeling like defeatist about moving forward on this new project. Those 2 remaining cups could indicate to me that this may be something, you know, that, you know, first off, I know you love, you know, beauty products. I've seen you, you know, working with a number of them in the past. And so why not do that? Maybe this is a hidden talent you've had set back there that may need to come out now. I'll stop there. I'm going to go card by card.
Okay. Well, I don't dislike that Five of Cups. I think that's saying
Yeah.
that, you know, you may have to break a few eggs or spill a few cups, but you seem to be focusing on what you have left or what you could still move towards. So I just think that this says there may be some loss or there may be some loss of focus, but you're moving towards what you appreciate. That's a cups thing. That's emotional content. Next card.
Well, the next card, the Eight of Swords reversed, just says, be self-confident. Go with what you and start off making sure you're doing things that feel comfortable to you. In other words, if this is new for you to do this kind of review stuff, review the things that you can easily review. You feel you're very confident in reviewing. Start building yourself up in small stages, because I think this eight of swords is saying you can release yourself from the prison of self-doubt now and encourage growth by taking these small steps forward. Don't expect big things all at once as well. Just make sure that you're doing what you feel comfortable with, and build from there.
I don't know. I think that the reversed Eight of Swords is liberating.
Yeah,
So I sort of feel like
It
this
is.
experience could really give you a liberating feel, really make you feel like you're in charge, like you're not doing or behaving the way others expect. You're doing what you want. Now, going along with that, there is the idea that you have to make sure your intentions are true and you're balanced with your resources and stuff. Final card.
The final card,
The star
it's the star reversed. Um, don't be hard on yourself if you don't get any initial results. You're going to have to work at this a little bit and build from the bottom up. It took us a while to really start amassing, a following on social media. And even here, you can see it's still taking forever for us to move to get to 1,000 followers here. So, I mean, Twitter really did well for us, but it took time and it didn't happen overnight. And sometimes it feels frustrating. I know this from experience. I'm going to tell you, it will really make you pessimistic if you're putting a lot of work you feel into something and you're not getting the attention you feel you need or you should get for it. So just try to be kinder on yourself and just do what you love. Do it because it's something you love to do.
There was a person or two who started YouTubing and some of the other stuff right around the time we did, and we were kind of, okay with them, and they rocketed really fast, but then they kind of sputtered and burned out, and I don't know where they're at now at all. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I think that the star reversed is saying, no one becomes the shit from doing this stuff. We don't become a mega star anymore. You're not going to get a contract with ABC or Netflix or something. We're not going to get one. So we just do it because we like doing it and because we feel somebody else likes doing it.
Yeah.
And it just will grow as it's meant to grow. We are each cultivated earth.
Oh. He likes that saying.
So good luck.
Wait, what did you talk about the Lenormand?
No, I did not.
I didn't think you did. So could be a good new beginning for you.
Yeah.
Look at that. You have the stork here and the birds, which is all about networking and connecting with others. It's possible here this new beginning could bring more people into your, network of people on social media. So
I can see it now.
Yeah.
A beauty product called Eau de Tarot for today.
She's not creating products, she's reviewing them.
Well,
Are we creating Eau de Tarot for today?
Maybe.
Anyway, good luck with that, Kara. Oh my gosh. Anyway. But
No.
I think you get the idea.
Maybe
here.
not.
I really think this is very positive that you should consider it.
Good
You
luck.
should give it a shot. What do you got to lose? We never know until we get out there and we try. So I wish you success.
All right.
And Alicia is up.
And we're on Alicia. You're welcome.
Welcome, Kara. Hey, I would watch it. I don't use a heck of a lot of beauty products anymore. I use a lot of moisturizers and stuff and lip balms and stuff. But I would definitely watch it. I'm fascinated by it. I was just never very good at using them.
All right. So just a general forecast on your work bids. What's going
All right.
not.
And
Those
it's
are
my
mine, I
deck,
think.
isn't
Wait.
it? Yep. All right.
Already.
Let's use this one.
Oh, did you really? Thank you. Let me check for that. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Alicia.
I appreciate that. We did receive it,
Wow.
and we are very grateful.
So awesome. Thank you so much.
You're very awesome. Thank you so much.
I told Mr. O he should replace some cameras.
I probably should.
So maybe
I
he will
probably
do
should.
that.
Replace cameras. As far as the hardware goes, that's probably what needs the most.
I'd like to explore different options with them out there.
I mean, they get a lot of wear. I mean, we're recording nearly 5 days out of 7. We're recording or being live.
Yeah.
So
Well, I've been doing some of my recording with just my photo booth program on my Mac. It's real simple because I mean, my readings, they're easy for me to do just on the computer screen. But I love what we do here. This is awesome. I'm just wondering if we can bring it up a notch, maybe.
well, we want to thank you very much for that.
Thank you so much.
We really
It
appreciate
gives
that.
us the opportunity to get, things that we need. And I do have something coming up, don't I? I think it's in April. I think my Canva subscription is up for renewal. All right. All right. Let's see what we have for the bids. Well, the Knight of Swords is here, but he's reversed. The Lovers is here upright. Okay. This isn't terrible.
No.
And the Four of Cups is reversed. Huh. Well,
And over here we have our mice, and we have the lady, which may be you or is most likely you.
Well, it's a mixed bag here, but I will
Yeah.
say that I wouldn't be surprised if something happens, if something comes through. It may be that you need to think about it, though, more. The Lovers is here saying you've got to make a good choice on what may be coming here and make good choices and decisions going forward. There could be an opportunity coming your way with that Four of Cups. So pay attention to what it is, because I see the Knight of Swords here reversed, and it's a little bit of a cautionary tale here that you should, slow down a little bit and make sure, that you want to work on this, that this is really good for you. Obviously, if work is slow, maybe you want to take whatever's coming your way, but just be sure that whatever you're choosing here is on the up and up and is right for you at the time.
Well, it does look a little tricky. I mean, the Knight of Swords may indicate that you might feel like you've been moving too fast on something, and so maybe it's telling you to back off. But once again, this could be saying that, the opportunities you might be hoping to catch, you can't not catch those. So you can back off, but only so much. You have to sort of keep your awareness there, because it does appear that out of all of that, there may be one or more that you really should choose to put your energy and attention on.
Maybe there's going to be more than one thing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not feeling confident about that, but it might be that you maybe have to make a choice here because of, between them, and that you wouldn't be able to really do them both. There might be deadlines that are just too unreasonable or something.
You don't meet the criteria for some reason.
Well, I don't know about that. It's her choice I'm feeling here.
True. That's right. You're right.
So I feel that there might be some reason you can't do them both. And one may be better than the other because I'm looking at that Knight of Swords and it's just kind of cautionary to be careful what you rush into. And with the Lady and the Mice, it's indicating some temporary conditions of stress or worries. The mice are about that. And so it could be about your present situation if nothing's been happening and you're really concerned about that. It could be about that. Or it could be just about, whether you should accept this bid that comes in or not.
It seems like the opportunity that you should be watching for is caught up with that choice, I think. So you in order to make the choice, you have to be able to catch the opportunity.
So in other words, Mercury is still retrograde,
Pooping
at least
around
till tomorrow. And I always say the first week of its shadow is the worst, and then it goes downhill from there. So it might be this next week or two that things still seem a little sluggish and slow. Or it's possible that, like I said, sometimes shady things happen during Mercury retrograde. So be aware of anything that comes your way that just doesn't seem quite right to you.
Right, that Knight of Swords reverse could represent somebody else's reckless actions. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're rushing, but it just may mean that something is not quite tied together well.
Yeah.
And I think it's more on somebody else's part, maybe, if that makes sense.
So I wish we had better news, but it's still we're dealing with the retrograde. I'm curious to see how my Material Matters show goes because last week it wasn't the greatest for a lot of the astrological signs, and I'm still wondering if it's going to be sluggish in the week ahead. And then, of course, we got the war and all the economic stuff going on, and it's just not a good environment right now for a lot of things. So just be aware of that there still may be some issues. However, be wary of things that just don't look quite right or that you just need to look in a little bit more before and make sure you're making the right choice on it. Good luck with that.
All right, well, that's it, everybody. And we'll be back with our regular show on Sunday afternoon from 2 to 4 p.m.
We'll also be here Saturday.
I know, but I'm just doing with the screen there.
For happy hour. So join us for that at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. No bad news at happy hour. We just give you a positive message.
And that one's still not working, eh?
Oh. I'm sorry. Maybe it has something to do with that. I don't know. It could very well be picking up that energy. So
yeah, I wonder.
Maybe you're going to have to make a decision on that soon. Good luck with that. All right. Well, and thank you so much for the donation, Alicia. Thanks, everybody, for just being such a great group. We love this chat. Everybody is so great here, so supportive, not just of us, but of everybody in the room. Everybody's patient with one another, and we really appreciate that. So
you're welcome.
Thanks again. Take care, everybody,
Thank you.
And we hope to see you real soon. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.